DFS versus sports betting. The DFS platforms are blowing up, but one thing that's important to understand, the strategies between the two are completely different. Part of those different strategies is regarding your bankroll management when it comes to DFS versus sports betting. And when I say bankroll management, all I'm really talking about is how much money you should place on a sports bet versus a DFS entry. Now, when I say DFS, I'm referring to the pick'em options like an underdog, like a PrizePicks, stuff like that. But in this video, I'm going to teach you how to properly unit size when using those DFS platforms, teach you the DFS bankroll management. As for me, my name is Matt Modi. I'm a content creator and betting analyst for OddsJam.com. While you're watching this video, would appreciate it if you could like the video, comment, let me know your thoughts, if it was helpful, if it wasn't helpful, what you liked, what you didn't like, anything that could help me for a future video would be appreciated. And then, of course, subscribe to the YouTube channel. I'd also recommend hitting me up at my Twitter handle you see on the screen here, where I post a bunch of free picks, plays, analysis, stuff like that. Link to it is in the description of the video. But let's get into it. As I mentioned, I'm going to teach you how to properly unit size when using PrizePicks, when using underdog. And as I mentioned, the strategy between the two are completely different. Obviously, one of the huge differences is with DFS, you're essentially placing a parlay between 2 and 5 or 2 and 6 picks, depending on what platform you're using. Now, right off the bat, I will say this. When you're using PrizePicks, the math supports using a 5 or 6 pick flex. So when I'm talking about unit sizing, I'm specifically going to be talking about with those two specific options. The math doesn't support playing any other type of entry on PrizePicks. As for underdog, the math supports either playing a 3 pick without insurance or a 5 pick with insurance. Now, the unit sizing between the two is going to be completely different. One's a 3 pick parlay, one's a 5 pick parlay. But, and I understand that this might sound silly, but if you're placing 3 to 5 pick parlays on DFS, your average unit size should be lower than your average bet you place on a sportsbook, like a singular bet. And to confirm, when I say unit, 1 unit equals 1% of your bankroll. So if you have like a $10,000 bankroll, 1 unit is going to be $100. So when you hear me talk about a unit or whatever, that's exactly what I'm talking about. 1 unit equals 1% of your bankroll. For example, for me, when I'm doing regular sports betting, non-DFS, non-parlays, my average unit size is about 1 unit per bet, right? That's what I average per bet. Now, I have a $10,000 bankroll, so I average out to putting on about $100 per bet that I make on an actual sportsbook. I'm talking like a FanDuel and a DraftKings. But when you're placing DFS entries, you're going to want to scale that down pretty significantly, right? Like if your average unit size on one individual bet is $100, you shouldn't also be putting $100 on a 5 or 6 pick entry, right? The math just doesn't support that. So I'm going to give you my best advice for PrizePicks for underdog, and then I'm going to give you the math behind it. So when you are placing a 5 or 6 pick parlay, really doesn't matter which platform you're using, right? PrizePicks, underdog, no house advantage, Thrive. If you're placing a 5 or 6 pick entry on any of those platforms, I recommend putting 0.25 units on that play. So moving forward, just to make the math easy, I'm going to have 1 unit equals $100. So if you are placing any type of 5 or 6 pick flex, or even 7, which some DFS platforms offer, you're going to want to put 0.25 units on that, so $25. So let's chat about that one. Again, we're pretending 1 unit equals $100. The average odds for a 5 or 6 pick flex, if you hit, is roughly plus 2,000 or plus 2,500 for a 6 pick one. So we're going to use plus 2,000, talking about a 5 pick one. But if you cash that, if you cash a 5 pick option, you cash plus 2,000 odds, putting $25 on that will give you a $500 profit. So you're essentially turning in $25 into $500, or 0.25 units into 5 units. That's an insane payout. But here's the thing, your break-even percentage when you are placing a 5 or 6 pick flex is like 4.76, meaning you only need to hit 4.76% of your entries in order to break even. What that also means is you could literally lose 95% of your 5 or 6 pick entries and still be profitable, which is insane. But if you're placing a wager that you can literally lose 95% and still be profitable, you're going to want to unit size that down a little bit, right? You're not going to want to put as much money on one entry because you could literally place 20 and lose 18 straight, but win those last 2 and you are making money, right? So due to that lower win percentage, you're going to want to lower your unit size. It really is as simple as that. Now for a 3-pick option on Underdog, and remember, you should never be placing 3 picks on PrizePicks. So instead of putting a quarter unit on a play, I recommend upping that a little bit up to half a unit per play. So for the math, in this case, we're going to pretend $50. So if you're placing a 3-pick entry, put $50 or half a unit on that. Let's chat about the math behind that one, why you want to lower that unit size a little bit. So if you hit a 3-pick play at $50, you profit $250, meaning you are turning half a unit into 2.5 units of profit. So you're not profiting as much as a quarter unit on a 5-pick one, but you're also hitting more of your plays. So the variance isn't going to be as high. Now the math behind a 3-pick one is that you only need to hit 16.67% of your wagers, your entries at 3 picks, in order to break even, which means that you can lose 80% of the time and still make money. Now, losing 80% of the time is less than 95% of the time, so your variance isn't going to be quite as high with the 3-pick as it is with the 5-pick, but you're still losing 8 out of every 10 and you're still making money. So you can afford to up your unit size a little bit from a 5-pick one, but you're still not going to want to put a full unit, 1 unit on that or anything like that as well. So for a 3-pick one, half a unit per entry makes complete sense. For a 5 or 6-pick one, quarter of a unit makes complete sense. Now, hopefully this video was helpful. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to reach out. But that's pretty much it. The long story short, half a unit on a 3-pick entry, quarter unit on a 5 or 6-pick entry, and you're ready to start cashing with these DFS platforms. Again, my name is Matt Modi, content creator for OddsJam. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and that's it. So appreciate everybody for watching, and have a good one. All right, everybody, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Below are all of my different social medias where I post picks and plays daily. Make sure to hit me up there. Also, make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel as I'm constantly putting out new videos to learn how to make money sports betting, and that's it. So thanks for watching, and have a good one.